Hi, I'm Randy Biernat here in Wichita at the Critical Issues Summit here in 2023. It's my privilege to present this morning on physician governance and strategy, and those really go hand in hand. And I talked today about the things I mostly talk with boards about is physician subsidy. Well, why are we losing this money, and should we be, and can we be doing any better? We talked about physician alignment. We talked about physician workforce strategy, which is a newer concept for many organizations. We talked about deals. There are still a lot of transactions out there. And for board members, trustees, and even executives, they're really, especially at that board level, their role is to be great question askers. So a lot of what we do when we present, we talk about new concepts, is try to give you all the words to use. So if you look at the takeaway materials, we're really trying to go down a level. Some of those slides are a little bit wordy, but they're for you to help ask better questions, good questions. Again, try to put words to the feeling you have, maybe some of that unease about subsidy. And there were a few themes that we covered. One is kind of this theme of command and control, right? Does your organization, do your executives give you information that's in control, right? You see reports from one month to the next that look the same, right? That have a similar data. And if something does look different, there's an explanation for it. And the other side of it is command, right? Can your executives articulate the key issues that's within the data in a way that's clear and easy to understand? And so as a board member, when you're feeling unease, a lot of times we find that as either a command issue or a control issue. So that's a theme we talked about pretty heavily this morning. Another theme that we talked about is, the physician pay plan. We talked about it in a couple of different flavors, but one of them really is, you get what you pay for. So if you're paying heavily for productivity, you're going to tend to have that result. If you're not paying for alignment to organizational objectives, you're less likely to get it. Physicians are alpha, they're type A, they want to be successful, and they will work towards their incentives. So being strategic about what incentives we put out there, are those still easy to administer, to understand, and are they effective in terms of getting the outcomes we want? So we talked through, and there's a fair amount in the materials about what that can look like. Maybe the last theme I would touch on is really about physician arrangements and these deals that are out there. And what I would say is we really need to break those down into three parts. So we've got sort of the efficient deal structure. We want to end a deal that's not going to work out as soon as possible, right? We want to know go or no go. And so the first phase is really around coming together on first principles and having a strong deal thesis. So why this business partner? Why now? What's the outcome we expect? Why is this important relative to our strategy and our financial outcomes, things like that. So what is that deal thesis? The next order of business really is figuring out what our first principles are. What are the must-haves that our organization needs that we're really not going to negotiate when we get to deal terms in that second phase? What are our must-haves? Your counterpart in a deal may have must-haves as well. If those do not mesh, we should find that out as soon as possible, not at the 11th hour. And so that's kind of part one. Let's figure out if there's a fit here. Part two is really around working out those deal terms and going through due diligence. And that's something we, again, want to be thoughtful about. Think about our overall level of risk and kind of resource that appropriately. Hey, this is easy peasy. It's a little tuck in. We don't need to put a ton of time and attention, or no, it's a big deal. And we really need to get our lawyers involved. We need to think about antitrust, and we need to think about other regulatory constraints that might slow us down or get in our way. So we can be thoughtful about those and work through them appropriately. The last piece is integration. That integration can take 6 months to be done well. And the advice I gave was to go slow, not fast. Taking time to get it right can save a lot of time and trouble. So as board members, I would really encourage you to continue to be good question askers around the physician enterprise. Physicians are so critical to the success of organizations that you're really doing your administrative team a favor by being engaged and asking questions, because they're so essential to long-term performance and sustainability. So again, from Wichita, it's been my pleasure to be with everyone today, and hope you found the information useful and helpful. Thank you.